Alright, welcome one and all again to the final Dead Air map. Dead Air... Dead Air the Runway, or the airport, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And right now, playing again with me is my regular crew. Me playing as Bill, Poke playing as Francis, Lucky playing as Lewis, and I Chrge Lazer playing as Zoe. And our strategy for this map was fairly simple. Basically, we stand at the very end of the runway here. Right behind us there is some like police tape. So and again, it's a fairly open place, so zombies will only come at us from forward, or they'll come at us from the side. Meaning that I took the shotgun in this map. Usually, I thought it was a terrible idea at first, but I took it anyway, because eventually you will get surrounded by zombies close up, and you'll need someone to have the shotgun there to take care of them. But all that boring tactical stuff being said, again joining me is Lucas Grabowski, right here beside me to talk more racially insensitive jibber jabber and completely irrelevant dialogue.
Yeah, just a little spur of the moment thing. Alright, don't stick 5 Tic Tacs in your mouth at the same time, alright? It is an absolutely disgusting flavor. It makes you feel like your tongue has been had like a wad of cardboard dragged over it, and it's just, talking right now is absolute murder. I am not having very much fun at all. Anyway, back to Spence, 'cause I'm sure he has much more important things to say. Screw you, Tic Tacs.
You shouldn't be getting into my Tic Tac supply.
I'm sorry they were there. It was up to me.
No, it's just that, you know, I'm addicted to Tic Tacs, in case you didn't know. Maybe. I thought
it's fantastic. Everybody needs a whole bunch of that stuff.
I thought it was sugar that was in Tic Tacs.
Nope, it's aspartame, good sir.
Okay. Doesn't aspartame give you cancer?
What?
Doesn't aspartame give you cancer?
Oh, God, but I'll start with cancer, for Christ's sake. I mean, everything you look at, read, talk about, stage, everyone's going to die of cancer. There's no way of stopping it.
Right up. Probably not. So right now, I'm sure people are just hearing like bap 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 in the background, and they have no idea what you're talking about. But don't worry. I'm sure people will get their fill of you shortly, so to speak. But in terms of tactical news, again with this map, it's fairly easy. Not a whole lot to say. Just make sure you keep your asses covered from zombies. They'll come from behind. Make sure you're communicating to each other. The only problem with this map should be getting ammo, because it's behind the plane, and you gotta wait for a fairly safe window to go and try and grab it.
You know, I think they should eliminate the whole problem with trying to actually acquire ammo, and they should bring in the whole hand-to-hand combat style thing like zombie kung fu. I think you should be able to actually play the player as Chuck Norris and actually do his trademark roundhouse kicks and kick the crap out of these guys. Gone are the days of ammunition now that you can just kick and punch people to death with Chuck Norris's crazy skills. Anyway, I'm gonna drop that thing. In the last video, I made a reference to the French and how terrible at fighting they were. I just want to also bring the fact that the Italians were equally as dreadful. I mean, for God's sakes, their aircraft were made out of paper mache. I mean, they were flying around biplanes while the Germans were flying around their Messerschmitts and the British were flying around their Spitfires, and the Italians are all like, no, I'm having too much fun eating my rigatoni and other various E-sounding cheeses to actually throw some money into their aircraft program. So they just had to fly around those little wind-up toys they call planes, dropping single-man torpedoes on people. What an absolute joke. I'm glad they lost everything they had. But, you know, they all eventually got it back because these fools changed their government like every 3 weeks. Dumbasses. The only good thing they ever churned out was The Godfather. And even then, The Godfather, well, it doesn't matter. It was still based on a book that was still loosely based on a place that was loosely connected to Italy. Sicily. Doesn't matter. For God's sake. The thing is, though, is that Godfather 3 easily the worst movie I have ever seen. They should have renamed it Godfather: The Money Grab. I cannot pan that movie enough. It is almost as bad as Twilight in my books. Anyway, here's Spencer back to his zombie rhetoric.
I have no follow-up to that. I completely forgot what I was going to say. It was probably very important and critical to you surviving the map, but it's lost on me. My mind has been blown by my fellow commentator. Nope, lost it. It's all gone.
Or else will blow your mind, a grenade in the mouth. That'll really blow your mind. I mean, that'll blow your head clean off, sucker.
Before we continue, I would just like to say I apologize to everyone who is offended by this movie. These thoughts, these comments are by no means my own, and surprisingly, my friend is far more radical than a guy who calls himself Iosif Stalin. Go figure.
You know, I don't think I'm offending anybody. I mean, I noticed that you said I was, warning people that I was offending people after I said, the thing that'll blow your mind is a grenade in the mouth. I mean, how many people have had their lives ruined by various grenade in mouth incidents? I mean, like, that's exactly what it is. I mean, people that commit suicide, they do all these other sorts of things. They do it clandestinely by hanging themselves, shooting themselves. When was the last time in your local newspaper that a man committed suicide by putting a live grenade in his mouth? I'm not offending anybody. I'm offending a hypothetical audience that can be offended. I think you are full of tripe, and I think everyone loves what I say.
We'll see when the comments come in. We'll see. But I wasn't talking about putting the grenade in your mouth, because I'm sure that yeah, not a lot of that happens. But that being said, not enough of that happens. But so we're just past our 7-minute mark, and we're all in fantastic health. We've taken care of our 2 tanks rather efficiently, making sure to get those smokers, making sure to get those special infected. However, special infected shouldn't be too much of an issue on this map, because you can see them, you can see where they're coming from, and generally they won't be able to shake you from your position. As I said, the only real issue with this map is running out of ammo.
My good friend Spencer here brings up a fantastic point that there is not enough grenade and mouth related incidents happening in today's world. I mean, like, teenage suicide in any at any sort of age level is actually a terrible, terrible occurrence that can utterly wreck someone's psyche or the family unit. But if people started committing suicide by putting grenades in their mouths, that'd be downright hilarious. I mean, like, you would have YouTube videos like there was no tomorrow of these kids listening to Marilyn Manson and Slipknot pulling grenades and then just blowing themselves up in front of a webcam. I mean, oh my god, I think a lot of people would get a lot of a kick out of it, and I think it would really take a whole lot of the morbidity out of suicide, and I think it would bring a whole lot more laughter into our lives, which in today's world we need a whole lot more of. You know those Jehovah's Witnesses? Yeah, those guys too. They're always like, in today's troubled world, we need more life, we need more laughter. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure Jehovah's Witnesses would also support grenade and mouth suicide. Crazy bastards. Oh, yeah. On the whole thing of Jehovah's Witnesses, I think they'd be able to get a hell of a lot more support if they did reverse Jehovah's Witnessism. So instead of them knocking on your door, I think that they should break into your house, and then when you come in from shopping or your various church that you go to that is not theirs, and then you're about to walk up to the door, and then they fling it open from the inside and then have you cornered. I mean, not only do you have to be polite then, but you have to be really nice to them, because you can't even get into your house because there's 2 Jehovah's Witnesses, which are probably like 2 little old ladies who are like 95,000 years old, and you can't honestly be terrible to them, and you have to wait for them to leave, so you have to be very polite to them, and chances are you'll wind up joining their church because of it, because you really want to get back in your house, depending on the weather. I mean, god, if it's cold like it is up here in the frozen wastes of Canada, I mean, holy hell, I would join Buddhism just to get back in my house if someone was stopping me from getting into my own home. But anyway, have fun, Spencer. I think we're about to pass the 10-minute mark.
Now you're starting to talk about it. We just passed our 10-minute mark and just hit our gold standard. I would also like to say that I do not condone putting grenades in your mouth and then putting that video up on YouTube. I really do not encourage it, but I do encourage Jehovah's Witnesses to practice reverse Jehovah's Witnesses, because I think that would be hysterical. Until it happened to me, of course. But then again, I am a bitter human being, and regardless of age, race, or sex, I will probably be mean to them, to say the least. But not quite so much as Kaz. But I think I'm gonna have to cut you off there, Kaz, because we are just about out of time. As you can see, our entire team has been overwhelmed and is dead. All that's left is How I Chrge Lazer, and he's just been smokered, and it's all over for him. But no, Tank hits him with a rock, and he's able to survive a little bit longer. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the players who played with me. Thank you, Kaz, for providing commentary. And this has been Iosif Stалin signing off for now, and I'll see you guys next time.